Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're doing my very first pin review, and it's on this pin here by TwoSun. It's a bolt action titanium pin. Close up, thank you. I'm not sure what this pin is called. I did some looking, and the closest I could come up with was the TwoSun pin number 2. So yeah, we'll go with that, I guess. Anyways, let's jump in with some size comparisons. We might as well do against a couple of knives first. Here's a Civivi Elementum. Civivi Praxis. That'll be it for knives. Here it is against your kind of standard Pilot G2 and a Papermate Flare. Love these pins, by the way. These are nice. So yeah, not a very long object at all. In fact, we can look at it here against a ruler, which is perhaps the most important size comparison there is. Measuring him right now live for you guys. So we're looking at not quite 5 inches, about 4 3/4 of an inch. So yeah, not that big, not that big. All right. Oh, and what the heck? Let's bring out another TwoSun item. This is the TwoSun TS49. So there we go. All right. So this probably isn't going to be as long as my knife reviews because we're not going to be doing any cut testing. Something tells me that this would not go through cardboard very easily. But let's go ahead and jump in to what I like and don't like about this pin. So first off, what do I like? I think it looks cool. This is a neat little pin. I've had this guy for about 6 months, and the reason I got it was because I was looking for a nice EDC pin, and it just looks nice. As you can see here, the titanium has a flamed finish, which, yeah, that is not bad at all. That is nice to look at. See there in the clip, it says TwoSun. So yeah, nice thing that's good is the milling on this knife. Yeah, as you can see, this knife has milling all around. Knife? Oh my gosh. This is a pin. You can tell this is my first pin review, can't you? But we can see up and down the barrel, it's got nice milling. Very crisp. There's no sharp edges. It's not, there's no little bits of metal that are left over. So really, really nice. Next, this does kind of have to do with milling, but this area here I really like. It's a good spot for you to grab it. And in fact, let's grab some paper. Yeah, it comes out of the box writing just fine. No problems there. So yeah, not bad at all. As for the refill, I guess I should check that before I start this review, but I haven't refilled this pin yet. I'd assume there's a bunch of stuff you could find that would go in here. So yeah, there we go. Another thing that I like, I do like bolt action pins. They're nice. They're good to have. They're cool. Another thing, the size. Yeah, 4 3/4 of an inch. Not bad. This goes in and out of your pockets pretty well. Carries really easily, and yeah. So the last thing I want to talk about on the good side is I've used this pin a lot. I've had this pin, like I said, for about 5 months. I've carried it everywhere. And in the recent months, it's been the pin I've been using in my chemistry lab. I'm a student, and in my chemistry lab, I've been using this pin a lot. And funny story, the TA of the lab, he has to come by, and while we're doing our labs, we have a lab notebook with carbon paper. In fact, let me go grab some of that. So yeah, so we write down our notes for the lab here on this side, and then there's the carbon paper on the back, and then the TA has to sign it. And whenever he comes by my table to sign my carbon copy, he always asks to use my pin because he thinks it's cool. So that's fun. It's a good looking pin. And it's been working hard for me with no complaints. So let's go into what I don't like. Okay, so I said that this pin's been working for me really well, no complaints. That's not true. I misspoke. What I meant to say was that when you get down to it, this pin has been a good pin. I've been able to pull it out and write, and it's been good in that way. So, what's been bad? So let's start off simply. The clip isn't the best. This isn't something that I'd really consider to be bad or not. Also, excuse my fingers. I went hiking the other day. I was picking up some rocks, and I tore up the tips of my fingers pretty bad, and they're just kind of starting to... Anyways. But, as you can see here, it's held in by this one screw here. It's a titanium clip. It looks pretty cool, you know, with the TwoSun logo in there. And it's set into one of these dips. It's in one of these milled out areas. And so, let's see if I can grab some fabric here real quick. Come here, cleaning cloth. It needs to be cleaned. So, it holds on good, but actually getting stuff under there is a little bit difficult. There's not that much clearance. In a shirt pocket, it's fine. In a suit pocket, it's fine. If you're like carrying this in a jeans pocket and you want to clip it on, getting it on and out is a little bit difficult, but it'll hang on. So do with that as you will. Next thing, this is a minor complaint, but you know, let's look here. Focus, 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 not on my gross finger. So you can see here where the cap meets the body, it doesn't line up just perfectly. Even when you tighten it all the way down, as you can see, it's a little bit off center. And sometimes as I was using this, I noticed it would just kind of come loose, about like that, which isn't great, but it's also not a huge deal. Just twist it, and it's good. Next, the action. It's a little bit grittier than other pins I've handled. Full disclaimer, I should have said this at the beginning, but I'm more of a knife guy than a pin guy. My father, he's a pin guy, so maybe I should have asked him to do this review. But speaking of my dad, he has a Civivi, what are those called? Seaquill, and I've handled it a couple times, and these two are in kind of the same price category, and it was just a lot smoother than this one. This one has a little bit of grittiness, so the biggest issue for me with this pin, though, is this bolt. As I was carrying this pin, this bolt here in my pocket would unscrew itself and fall out. There were several times where I took this pin out of my pocket and almost had a heart attack because, you know, try to do it and then that thing's not there. Luckily, every time I was able to reach into the bottom of my pocket and pull it out. And eventually I got so sick of it that I just fixed it with some Loctite. But yeah, this is basically just a little screw that goes in a hole. You screw it in, you can screw it out. And I got sick of it screwing itself out, and so I got some Loctite and screwed it back in. So yeah, you can do that, but I don't really think you have to. And for me, that's the biggest problem with this pin, because that is a serious issue. All right, but that's what I've got for now on the bad. Let's talk about the price a little bit. This knife, or I keep saying knife. Oh, I'm an idiot. This pin, this is a pin. I wrote this myself. It's a pin. Ugh. All right. This pin costs about, I bought this pin for $42. I've seen it go anywhere from like $38, $45. I got mine on Amazon, of course, with TwoSun stuff. TwoSun stuff, not Tucson. Wow, maybe today wasn't the day to film a review. You can get them on Amazon, Y Mountain Knives, or eBay. And on eBay, the price fluctuates quite a bit. But, you know, as far as a full titanium pin goes, that's not a bad price. However, I'm going to bring up this VVC quill again, and maybe I need to get one of those. Maybe I should have... I need to get one of those. But it's aluminum, but it does feel like it's put together better than this guy. So the price is okay. And which that brings us to our final conclusions. I think that this knife, oh boy, that this pin is a good pin. It'll work. And it's pretty sturdy. It looks cool. It looks very, very neat. But the build quality does leave a little bit to be desired. So if you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I need that pin. I want that. I can say that, yeah, when you get it, you will enjoy it. But there's definitely better out there. I can tell you that. Some pins that my dad has, like I said, I'm not a pin guy, so I'm not up to date on all the brands, but maybe I'll invest in like a tactile turn pin. We'll see. But this was a big issue. If you get one of these pins and this thing is coming loose on you, Loctite it in. And that's all I've got to say about this pin. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like in the comment. Go ahead and drop like, comment, subscribe. I've been Gideon Stuff, and I need a nap.